Thanks for joining me. My name is Elysabeth Alfano, and I've been working in the visual arts for over 15 years. Either in my art gallery or my accessories design business, I've met hundreds of artists over the years. Painters, designers, glassblowers, chefs, all working from their tiny, closed-off studios. Join me on Fear No Art Chicago and let's go behind the scenes to check out all that's being made and get into the hearts and minds and souls of Chicago's artists. I've been following Poi Dog Pondering since the early 90s. I've waited in line to buy my CDs, I've jumped up and down in the front rows, and when lead singer Frank Orrall comes on with one of my favorite songs, I sing along at the top of my lungs. I'm a fan. Never ever in a million years did I think I'd be chatting with Frank at his house.
Hey, how's it, Elizabeth?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming. I'm really glad that you're here.
Thank you. This is a fabulous room.
Thank you. Yeah, this is the home studio.
We have all of this equipment and of course a little bit of a music collection going on as well, instrument collection.
I've been sort of obsessively collecting instruments for a while, so.
Really?
Yeah.
And how did you come to music yourself?
My mom was a guitar player. My mom used to play songs and sing me to sleep and sing at parties and stuff like that. I used to love it.
How did Poi Dog come to be?
Poi Dog came to be a group of friends meeting on the street in Hawaii. We just started imagining this trip on the mainland where we'd be playing, you know, on the street and having a beatnik adventure. And we just made it happen and then traveled for a year across the mainland as street musicians. That was the birth of the band.
Oh, that's great history.
Yeah.
Would you like to play us something in this music room?
Sure, yeah. A lot of times I'll just start to move around the room. You know, like try different ideas. You know, something.
So this is your canvas, your background.
A lot of times the lyrics will start from there. You're just vocalizing. As I'm going farther into music, I like being more like emotional and reacting emotionally rather than. I think younger, I really had something to prove in a certain way that was oftentimes my ego, my intellect in a certain way, like kind of going like, look at this thought I have, you know, like this kind of thing like that. But as I'm getting older, it's just like, oh, I want this emotional sound.
Oh, what a great experience to see where the sounds take you.
I was going to make some lunch. Are you hungry?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, this is amazing. Because cooking to me takes a lot of time, so that you can find the time is surprising to me because you create more than anyone I know. You're producing your own CDs for Poi Dog. Of course, you write the majority of the songs. You do poetry. You're cooking. How do you keep going?
A lot of times I'll just go to clear my head. I'll just go buy like a bunch of vegetables and some nice piece of meat, and I'll just like crank the stereo and then just sit here and just like cook for 3-4 hours, you know.
So you must be very driven.
Yeah, I guess I am. I do like creating, you know, I like it. It also drives me crazy sometimes because it's, you know, it's filled with emotional ups and downs. Like, you know, when something doesn't come together creatively, then you're kind of bummed out. But I think it's the same way with painting. Like when I go to paint something.
You paint?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the list just grows.
Just like music with painting. So if I have an idea for a painting, I start working on the painting. Inevitably, at some point, the painting just goes south, or it just starts to look terrible. And I feel like I can't rescue it. It's the same thing with working on songs sometimes, you know.
And at that point, do you leave it?
No, yeah, at that point you just have to pull up the machete and go through the grass, you know, and you have to come out the other side. The whole process, it seems like almost every record takes about 4 years, like from beginning to end.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, I mean, like, you know, there's a lot of people who work a lot faster, but it just seems to take that long. Like every record. We've been around for 25 years, we have 7 records, you know?
Yes,
it's like,
because when you guys are on stage, I mean, it's a full-blown performance.
I love that part of it. I love the planning of the shows and just thinking about something special to bring to the crowd.
Nice.
And I like knowing that at a certain point during the night, this is going to happen and it's going to blow the audience's mind.
Do you have any favorite Poi Dog songs from over the years?
Pulling Touch always seems to me to be sort of like signature, like, you know, to me it's one of those songs I never get tired of. I always want it in the set list. You are a butterfly and my eyes are needles. The cold has your breast and my hand is on fire. You resting and reposing, oh my veins are pulsing. Nothing can cure me but your pulling touch.
Well, when I think of your music, to me it's so celebratory, and it has that sense of wonder of the earth and the world around us and our relationships. And I wonder, do you have to be in love to write that kind of music?
Maybe. You know, and it could be that love could be like of a new place that you're living, or, you know, or of travel, or a new way of sort of, you know, looking at life, you know, like you know, I would say like right now I'm really interested in travel and really interested in like music from like Brazil and Argentina and stuff like that, and that's sort of like there's a sort of romantic feeling going on, you know, in me right now with that sort of in my life. It's evocative and it's, you know, it's inspiring.
If you're creating so much, when is there time to digest and think? You know, that sort of downtime that the creative process needs.
Yeah. You know, for me, that happens when I'm on tour. I carry this guitar because it's a small body guitar. It's got a short scale neck, and it never goes in a case. I just put it like in an overhead compartment, you know, because that way I'm waiting for the train, you know, whatever, boom, playing it. And that's when like all my ideas come, you know. When I come home, I barely write at home. It's like the telephone's ringing, you know, someone wants to respond to an email, you know, it's like, you know, so.
So sometimes you sort of miss Poi Dog, if you will.
Oh yeah, I mean, Poi Dog is completely in my blood. It's kind of my life's work, you know, in a way.
Yes.
That's the way, I mean, I really look at it. It's something that I'll do until I die. It just pays for itself. Like when we go do a show, it pays for itself, and we walk away. Like no money goes in the bank account, you know. It's like,
no one lives off of Poi Dog?
No, not at all. Can't possibly. I mean, we don't really sell records. We have good attendance here in Chicago.
No, I've bought them.
It's sort of the thing that we do it because we really like it.
I see you as so successful. Do you see yourself as successful?
Yeah, I do. I'm really happy, and I live the life of a musician, you know. And I know, even though sometimes like the lifestyle might be hard, I always feel lucky, you know.
So do you write only for yourself then?
I do, but I you know, a lot of times I feel like I'm writing for one person with headphones on, because I know for me, all my really powerful like music moments, you know, either with headphones on or like, you know, in the room with the stereo, like, you know, like really having this one-on-one relationship with the music, you know, and so.
This doesn't surprise me, because to me a lot of your lyrics are storytelling, and in that sense I feel that you really want to capture someone and bring them along on an experience.
Yeah, and I think it's easier to have that, you know, honest like expression if you're talking to one person. Butterflies floating around my eyes, hip bone, belly bowl, giddy intestines inside. I'm singing like a hummingbird with your honey in me sweetly. The softness in my rib cage with you naked lying next to me now. Like that, has that sort of feel.
And did I read somewhere on your website that you also cook professionally? Is this right?
I do. I cook at people's. I go and cook at their house. Like
So if I made a reservation online, you would show up?
Yeah. I go grocery shopping and wine shopping, and then show up at the house with the groceries and the guitar. It's really fun. Yeah.
So how is it that a Hawaiian boy finds Chicago to be such a warm place?
I was really kind of going to New York. I had a lot of Hawaiian friends in New York, and but I stopped in Chicago kind of on the way.
Got stuck?
Yeah, and I'm really happy to be here. And I think on a musician's wage, you can live here and work. There's a shimmering vision by the window pane, a cellophane figure speaking in tongues from above, and there's a curve of a stone, and there's a crest of a wave, the lips that cracked and the sound that they made, and the only thing that speaks the truth is the eloquence of passing time. The spoken word is a jacket too tight.
There's an artist and a creative spirit around every corner and in every alleyway. Join me on the next Fear No Art Chicago as we go behind the scenes to check out the fascinating and unique world of the independent artist.
For more information, visit fearnoartchicago.com.
We should have probably got you an apron. We'll get that over to the Art Institute immediately.
Right. Yeah, they're waiting. Oh.
Stop the wheel.
I'm sorry.
You got a nice window.
And I can invade your space. This is allowed.
That was a thrill. Wine.
It's not just for breakfast anymore. You didn't see it here. Try some of this. Here you go. Tell me what you think.
Shut up and try my car.
Support for Fear No Art Chicago is provided by the L.H. Selman Gallery. Paperweights are the crown jewels of glass artistry. You can discover both antique and modern paperweights at the L.H. Selman Gallery in Chicago's Fine Arts Building.